Okay, this is bizarre. We're at the campsite, and we just heard something being thrown. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that noise? Okay, this is bizarre. We're at the campsite, and we just heard something being thrown. Oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that noise? Here I am at Palmetto State Park, and I'm a little bit away from the camp. I came down to the river to see, and I kept hearing something as I walked, and I couldn't understand what it was. And there are vines that are intertwined with some of these trees, and it was the vines rubbing. So they made a real distinct high-pitch noise. It stopped, which is weird because the wind's blowing. You would think that it would continue. But I did hear a very odd as I was walking down to the bank. And I assumed it was the vines rubbing against the trees. And every time I stopped, it would stop. Then I'd walk and it would start. And then I stopped and it stopped. So I thought, well, maybe I thought it was the vines. But look at this. It is so quiet here. Look at the river. It is just beautiful here. Look at this. Just beautiful. So where I am, I believe the couple that described walking along this trail was where they had seen, not actually seen, but had rock thrown at them. Now this is the thing. I'm going to look down. That's sand. I walked down. That is pure sand. Look at that. That's sugar sand. That is sand that is just... You sink. There's no rock outcropping right here. So something that threw a rock at them, it's odd because there's stories of rocks being thrown. This reminds me of the ranch. We have sugar sand. There are no rock outcroppings yet. Rocks show up. And there are the rocks that people bring in because of landscaping and stuff like that. But we're not in an area like that. Look, it's just sand, sand, sand. And yet they reported a rock being thrown at them. So I'm waiting for a rock to be thrown at me, but I'm guessing they know me. I've made it very clear to them that I'm here. I've asked for protection. I've asked them to keep the snakes away. I brought some gifts. I brought a bracelet, an earring, a pretty dangly earring, because everybody keeps giving them food. I'm thinking about the mama Sasquatch. And I know what I like, and I'm going to give her what I think I would like given to me. And I think, obviously, what the babies have been stealing from me, my jewelry. So, I don't believe they're going to show themselves here. They've learned not to. Because all the reports that I've been reading, it's just invisible stuff. So, imagine if you're walking along here and you see grass being flattened out. That would terrify anyone. Me, not so much anymore. I would just, I mean, I've seen them, so it doesn't bother me anymore. Which is weird. I know it's weird, but it's the truth. So I would be more fascinated than anything. And I think them walking up to someone is kind of a sign of you're too close, stay away. I really don't think they would do that to me. I really don't. We're having a campfire tonight. I'm playing some music. We're just gonna hang out and invite them to come sit with us and be around us. And if they want to give us a howl, I hopefully will get it on recording. Okay? Talk to you later. I decided to turn on the video recorder because Mike from Sasquatch, Ontario has always told me just film, because you may not catch it now, but you can go later and see. And I can't explain right now quantum physics to you, but it has to do with electromagnetic energy and recording. And you can go back to I forgot his name, Edison and Alexander Graham Bell, and recording on magnetic strips for sound and for video. It may not show up right now in front of me. And this has happened to me before, where I may go back 6 months later and then I see it. So I'm just taking in everything around me. Now, if I was a big finding Bigfoot kind of person, I hear banging. That's not wood knocking. That's people messing around. And I can hear kids playing. And I do have a theory about wood knocking, that it's actually not wood knocking at all that's going on. But I wouldn't expect to hear that around me here. If anything, I would expect them to be curious about me. Only because I don't think I would fear seeing one. I'm excited. That's how I was when I first saw the juvie. Instead of running, I'm the type that would run to the sound, to the noise. So, I'm just going to record 180 around me because I just, for some reason, feel like it. It is so nice right here. It's so peaceful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we're not sure, but my son stepped on a pecan right there. And we looked everywhere and realized there are no pecans around here. So, I know you're not familiar with the books, especially since I haven't written it yet, about gifting pecans. Anyway, which reminded me that I'm going to gift to them. It's still daylight, but I'm going to go ahead and film this so I can show you what I'm gifting and where I'm going to gift it at. This is a table. It's further away from the tent and further away from our camp. It's a nice stone table. I didn't bring a basket. Number one, the reason I'm choosing this is because it's stone, it's heavy. If I used my little table over there, they could possibly make it collapse or whatever. The thing is, I want them to feel as comfortable as possible. This one's closer to the trees and to the jungle area. See, like right there's a nice little area. You don't want them to have to come out in the open. You want to make it as easy as possible for them. So, let me show you what I brought. This little bracelet that one of my kids made me. And I just think it's so cute that my kids made that for me. This is an earring that I think is sparkly and shiny. And they like sparkly, shiny things. And I can only find one. I'm assuming somebody stole the other one. And these are the earrings that I wore coming here. I love them. I wear them every day, and I'm writing about these in the next book, about my gold dangly earrings. I buy cheap earrings now because they're stealing or borrowing my earrings. So later tonight, I'm going to place these items right here on this table as my gift to them, and I just wanted to show you now. It doesn't have to be food. I prefer not gifting food. And make it simple for them so that they can stay in the cover over here and get what they need to get, whether they're materializing or not, whether they come out in full physical form or, as here in Otine, Palmetto State Park, they like to be invisible. It doesn't matter. I'm gifting them these tonight. Okay, I'm here at the fire, and what I'm trying to do is play some sounds of Nefertia, the one that Mike caught on recording in Ontario. So these are recorded sounds, so I'm trying to elicit a response, obviously. And maybe if they recognize Nefertia's sounds, I can get a response here. It'll just take a few minutes. Go ahead.
I'm in my tent.
So that's Mike Patterson, Sasquatch, Ontario. I'm just getting ready for the night. Playing these vocalizations, see if I can elicit a response here at Palmetto State Park. I heard something being thrown back this way. And something I did notice is all the bird activity is picked up. Like lots of bird activity. Since I started playing the recording. That is out by the river. Okay, I'm interviewing my son. He doesn't want to be on camera. Go ahead and tell me what you heard.
Okay, so basically, I was over there sitting at the table.
Right, you were whittling.
Yeah, I was like cutting some wood. So, and I heard a crash, and it broke like over there. Basically.
I heard that crash. I heard something
like,
too.
Yeah, it broke
and I panned my camera in that direction.
Yeah, it broke a branch. And
really?
Like a black rock, basically fly that way and stuff.
Wow.
I don't know why it was a black rock.
I know. And then look at these blackbirds. But what I noticed was bird activity increased big time. But I heard that and I panned the camera back behind me because I knew something was going on in that direction.
Bird activity like increase whenever there's like
I don't know. I don't know. Normally on the ranch everything's quiet and oh my god, hush hush, you know. Yeah. It's still, but we're not, this area is new to us, so the activity is different and we're new to them. They probably weren't expecting us to play a recording of another Sasquatch talking. So somebody's acting, I don't know, but I heard it too and you saw it. That is so freaking cool. And you hear those guys out in the distance. Okay, thanks. One thing I just want to say, I want to focus in on right here. Look at this table. Look at the patio, the cement patio. Spotless. If anybody wants to go camping, this would be the place to go. It is so clean. These people even left. They provide firewood. Look, even though the brochure said bring your own, firewood. Isn't that amazing? I'm so impressed with this park. So if you're ever looking for a place to go camping, quiet place even, just for the day, go hiking, this place is beautiful. It's just, look at that. I've never been to a campground that is that clean. They really take pride in this little place, this little gem in the woods, or the jungle. Here they call it the jungle. Pretty cool. Talk to you later. Okay, now it's dark out here. We've got the fire going, and I'm going to play one more sound of Nefertia by Sasquatch, Ontario, by Mike Patterson. He's a friend of mine. Met him online, and he's got recordings of Bigfoot, and I want to see. Obviously, it made something do something last time. My son saw a black rock being thrown. I heard noise over to my left. I panned over. So I felt it, heard it, and he saw it. And it was in response to the first recordings. So here it is, Sasquatch, Ontario. If you want to go look at it on YouTube, okay? And then we're going to stop for a while, for a couple of hours, and then we're going to sit by the fire again. We'll see what we get.
Hello, my friend. It's a who? Who? Hello, my friend. Marble. How are you? Little who? Little who? Little who? Brother. Flower.
Oh my God, you scared me.
You're a good friend. Right? Yes. He's here too. Who? Nefertia, my friend. Leta who? Marble 1, 2, 3. You're awesome, buddy. My good friend. Flower.
That's it. We'll see y'all later. This is the Otine Swamp. This is the section where they claim to have encountered the swamp thing. There's a real nice little walking trail right over here next to the road. Which is odd. People think it's odd because there's a road and then the swamp and then sightings, but most sightings are by the road because that's when we have a higher possibility of crossing paths, because our paths are crossing, because those are our trails and then their trails intersect. Wow, I see 3 cardinal. Oh no, it's not cardinal, those are pretty. The lupines. Dark, murky water. Ironically, just like the pond at the ranch. And I love back there in the way background, there's some really pretty palmettos. Just can't get them in here. But they're way back there. Very swampy. Very swampy, very swampy. I see some rocks here, but I'm guessing that was to line the sides of that the banks. And you hear the birds. It's amazing. And then just across the road is the San Marcos. So you've got water, you've got swamps, you've got springs, you've got petroleum. We're just on the edge of the balcones, I think. There's a lot of similarities to where we live. A lot of similarities. That's what I wanted to come check out, is what the similarities are. And it's the same with Bragg Road. It looks just like this. Okay, I had to take a second look because as I turned the recorder off, I heard a very strange noise. And I had heard it last night as well. And I guess if you're familiar with Bigfooting, it would be called a vocalization. We're still at the swamp, and I was coming back to get in to my car. And it was really loud, and it was obviously directed towards me. Just wanted to see if there was any movement in the water, movement coming towards me. But they said this swampy area can go on for about 10,000 acres, which means, look at it, it's not going to be developed. So it's perfect habitat. Okay, you're going to think this is odd because I'm around people and I'm over here in an area which people like to tour, but I just heard a loud growl. It was very loud, obviously not man-made. As I'm walking my way back to the car. That was strange. Here I am a ways up on the trail, and what I notice is it just continues. Palmettos everywhere, all around me. And swamps. There's swamps dotted throughout this entire area. And from the report that I read last night, or the book, this is the area where the gentleman spotted his O-Time swamp thing, which is why it's named the Swamp Thing. They found it here in the swamps. Which, if you notice, nobody built a house out here. It's not hospitable land for humans. But it is for other creatures. There's another section of the swamp. And it looks like the water's way down. This morning we woke up to a nice rain shower. I'm trying to get a picture of the water in there. You can barely see it. But I guess here's another swamp over here. It just keeps going all the way back. Like they said, 10,000 acres of swamps.